I am Professor Recai Coşkun. I am the head of department for İzmir Bakırçay University, Department of International Trade and Business. The Department of International Trade and Business is one of the departments that have been on the rise in recent years in Turkey and in the rest of the world. As a reason for this, we can talk about the intensifying international economic activities, as everyone knows, and the interaction each country has with each other in this regard. These departments operate in parallel with the Department of Business. While the departments of business focus more on domestic economic activities, the education that international trade and business departments give focus more on global businesses and international firms. Now, as we build our department, first of all, we concentrate more on courses through which students can understand the international economic system, world economy, and global economy. Of course, additionally, we also make sure our students understand how the international businesses are managed. Our education duration is 4 years, and if the student does not have the language competency required, they spend an extra year in the preparatory class. Apart from that, in the 4-year curriculum, we try to make sure that the students understand the international economic system, the international corporations, international world of finance, and the functioning of financial institutions. We try to teach them how the international economic system and production systems are integrated. We've formulated this curriculum because we do not want our students to think only in terms of finding a job in a company, but rather we want them to think, maybe one day I can set up my own business and I can also manage an international business. Therefore, our 4-year curriculum involves almost all the perspectives of business in an international context, including international corporations, international finance, international production, management of finances, international human resources management, and strategic management. There are, of course, spaces we provide our students apart from classrooms. There are spaces where they can improve and educate themselves. From these spaces are computer laboratories with softwares through which students can do analysis, and 2 very important centers that can support our students stand out. One of these centers is the Career Center. Here we can have a center that can determine what the students' abilities are suitable and can perform psychometric analysis. So with the integrated work of these 2 centers, we want to provide direction for our students, determining what and which fields the students' skills are suitable for based on both psychometric measurements and in accordance with the findings of our Career Center. While building our department, we consider 2 fundamental phenomena. First of all, our students will have taken place in certain activities abroad. These can be educational activities as well as congress, conferences, and cultural trips. Second of all, we want them to have a work experience in an international company before graduation, speaking for İzmir, as İzmir is a very convenient in this regard. In addition to internships, there are a number of student exchange programs as well as academic staff exchange programs within the scope of the European Union, of which Turkey is also a part, towards getting students to gain an international perspective. There are also exchange programs from Turkestan to Africa and Far East, of which Turkey has a central position. Our students graduate with a strong foundation after an education of preparatory plus 4 years. We absolutely want our students to gain an international perspective during this process, and this is our biggest desire. Secondly, we want our students not to be only people looking for work in other places, but strong people who push their possibilities to set up their own businesses with an entrepreneurship mentality. Thirdly, we want them to have a basis that will help them advance from the lowest positions to the highest ones in well-known international firms. Of course, the choices of our students are not limited to these. There are different positions in private and public institutions in Turkey, and our students will also have the options to apply for these positions. When coming here, students should know this. We are not talking about 4 years that pass with a routine education process. We need an environment rich with social activities. We are extremely enthusiastic to provide all the necessary ground for our students, and we take pleasure from this. Our department works on a very dynamic basis, on the basis of international economy. Therefore, balances shift swiftly at any moment. This means that we have to change ourselves very swiftly as well. We need to have an education mentality not based on familiar processes, but based on the processes that we need to go through. For that reason, we will compete at İzmir Bakırçay University to present our students with more possibilities than all the other universities, because we not only want our university to have a university mentality of entrepreneurship and to be a university with strong international integration, and we also want our department to be a department with a mentality of entrepreneurship and a department with strong international connections. We see this as a race, and we believe our university and department will be a few steps forward from other comparable departments in the medium term. Therefore, we expect our young students who look for a future of entrepreneurship, those who wish to integrate themselves to the international culture without, of course, sacrificing their locality and nationality.